Thanks for joining us. I'm Tamika Alexander. We begin tonight with a major shakeup in Crimson Tide Athletics Department. University of Alabama Athletics Director Mal Moore is deciding to step down after more than 2 decades leading UA athletics, citing health concerns. Now, we have live team coverage throughout the University of Alabama campus. Daniel Sparkman will join us in just a moment to look back at Moore's time at the capstone. But first, we go to the Mal Moore Athletic Facility, where WVUA's Travis Leader joins us live to talk about what people are saying about his decision. Hey, Travis.
Tamika, some were surprised when they heard the news of Mal Moore stepping down, but it gave many a chance to reflect on his time here as the athletic director of the University of Alabama.
It was such a surprise for such a man who's contributed so much to our athletic department.
But before the Nick Saban era, Moore took tons of criticism for the football team's lack of success. But some say that's when he was setting the foundation for a dynasty.
During that time when things weren't so good, perhaps not winning as many ball games as we would, that's when they were raising the most money. When the successes were going on off the field, if you will, to get the facilities, and they put us in a position to be champions.
And it's those recent athletic successes which many will remember Moore for.
It was huge to be able to get back not just to a great level, but to an unprecedented level of success, going back to back, winning in '09 and hopefully winning a few more in the near future. So he's really done a lot to restore the most important part of this university's sports program, which is the football team, and I think that Saban's what he'll be remembered for most.
Some say Moore followed a model which built the football program up to a level that is providing all UA athletic programs the chance to win championships.
The facilities that he built, the financial resources that he helped gather, really laid the foundation for those national championships, not just in football, but in the other sports.
While Moore was never a head coach at the university, some rank his impact on Alabama athletics up there with the elite coaches in Alabama history.
I do think that Mal Moore has had a huge impact on the university as a whole, the sports program, and that his legacy will certainly be one that's remembered up there with all the greats, Saban, Bear Bryant, Wallace Wade, Frank Thomas, and the rest.
Now, just because Moore is stepping down, that doesn't mean he is completely leaving the university. He will remain as a special assistant to UA President Dr. Judy Bonner. Now, Daniel Sparkman joins us from the other end of the UA campus and has a more in-depth look on Coach Moore's history at the University of Alabama.
Yeah, Travis, Mal Moore stepping down this afternoon marked the end of an era here at the capstone, and you know what? It marked the end of more than 50 years of service. Mal Moore began his time at the University of Alabama as a scholarship football player in 1958. During his time playing for the Tide, he held positions at quarterback and defensive back and was a player on the 1961 National Championship team. After graduation, Moore went on to serve as an assistant football coach for Paul Bear Bryant. Moore left the capstone from 1982 until 1990, at which time he rejoined the coaching staff. And in 1999, he was named athletics director. During his tenure as athletics director, Alabama has won 3 national championships in football, 3 in women's gymnastics, as well as national championships in women's golf and softball. And during that time, Alabama's athletic teams have produced Southeastern Conference championships in football, basketball, baseball, gymnastics, men's and women's golf, men's cross country, and softball. He is the only individual connected with the Tide program to be a part of 10 national football championship teams. And to honor Moore, in March 2007, the UA Board of Trustees dedicated the facility known as the Football Building as the Mal Moore Athletic Facility. In 2011, he was elected to the State of Alabama Sports Hall of Fame for his accomplishments as a coach and an administrator. And after the completion of the 2011-2012 academic and athletic seasons, Moore was named the winner of the John L. Toner Award, given to the nation's best athletics director. During his tenure as director of athletics, Moore has overseen more than $240 million of capital improvements to the university's athletic facilities. And as you can tell, Mal Moore has left a big footprint here on campus at the university. And now, though Moore will still be around campus, he's leaving big shoes to fill as athletic director. Reporting live on the University of Alabama campus, Daniel Sparkman, WVUA News. Tamika.
Thanks, Daniel. The university says they plan to name a replacement as quickly as possible, and we'll have much more on this story coming up in Home Team Sports. Well, turning gears now to the weather, let's get a first check on Alabama's home team forecast. Chief Meteorologist Richard Scott joins us now. Hey, Richard, chilly night out there tonight.
Hey, it's making a good Wednesday night, too. With most spots in the 50s, upper 40s in Birmingham, 33 in downtown Nashville, so it's getting chilly. If you've been out and about, you probably noticed a drop off of temperatures. Cloud cover's out here now, clearing skies. That clear sky going to allow temperatures to rapidly decrease tonight. Once winds go calm, there could be a little patchy frost by early tomorrow morning, talking 30 degrees at bus stop forecast. Plenty of sun. We warm up just a touch, but it's still going to be a cool day. We'll talk more about your forecast. Plus, we'll look at that 7-day planner.
Here at WVUA, we are your home team, and anytime we receive a call from a viewer, we take your concerns seriously. This week, we received a call from a viewer about an ongoing problem. WVUA's Molly Mitchell is helping get to the bottom of a very smelly situation.
This is the home of Betty Weaver. She's lived here for the past 48 years. And here's her neighbor's house. She says that for the past 2 years, her neighbor's sewage has been leaking from their backyard into her front yard. She says that the situation just downright stinks.
You can't stand it.
According to Betty, nearly every day the septic tank in her neighbor's yard gives her a gift she does not want.
With the problem is you see the hole that the water sewage is coming up out of, and then it comes down and goes down through here, and it comes down and it runs across my driveway.
The raw sewage impacts her everyday activities.
The sewage was coming across in front of my mailbox, and it was wet, so to get to my mailbox I had to step in the water.
Weaver contacted the Alabama Department of Health a year ago, but feels they have yet to resolve the septic tank drama.
Keep touching base with her, and nothing ever happened. Just said that at one point they would have to get them to pump the septic tank out until they did get it fixed, but it never happened.
Even house guests are burdened with the stench.
Smells terrible. Your vehicle's sitting out here, and when you go back and get in it to leave, it's in your vehicle.
I'm not mad or anything. I'm not their enemy. I just want to get the problem solved so I don't have to smell the sewage all the time.
After spending the day with Miss Weaver, I contacted the Alabama Department of Health. I got in touch with Director Tracy Elmore. He assured me that if the homeowner next door doesn't take care of the sewage problem within the next 2 weeks, the Department of Health would get involved. Reporting in Tuscaloosa, I'm Molly Mitchell for WVUA News.
Now, Molly also contacted the homeowner, and they said they will comply with the 2-week mandate and work to resolve the issue within the next 2 weeks. Well, a group of University of Alabama students are making sure their voice is heard when it comes to minority voting rights in Alabama. Members of the New Black campaign used protesting as a way to raise awareness about the 1965 Voting Rights Act. The act is currently once again before the Supreme Court, and lawyers are defending its constitutionality. The group says that if the act was repealed, it would greatly endanger voting rights in Alabama. One group member says protesting is a way to educate students on the issue.
A lot of people are not informed about what's going on and the seriousness of it. So that's the best part, is being able to talk to people and be hands-on about the issue, explaining it to them. Because once a lot of them find out about it, they're very passionate about it. So it's been good to be able to explain that to students.
The New Black campaign is an organization that celebrates positive Black culture. Well, you may see a wanted face every day and not realize it. Here's your chance to help investigators find that missing piece of the puzzle in tonight's Tuscaloosa County's Most Wanted.
Hello, I'm Chief Deputy Ron Abernathy with Tuscaloosa County Sheriff's Office. Thanks to you and WVUA, we have captured number 488. Terrence Elliott, captured for burglary, 2nd degree. Billy Aaron, captured for sex offender act. Kimmons Gobbler, captured for escape 1 and trafficking in meth. Now we need your help locating more of Tuscaloosa County's Most Wanted. Michael Shane Lee, white male, 34 years of age, 6 foot, 130 pounds, brown hair, hazel eyes, last known to be living in the 700 block of 53rd Court East, Tuscaloosa, wanted for unlawful manufacturing of a controlled substance, 1st degree. Gary Lee Brown, black male, 52 years of age, 6 foot, 175 pounds, black hair, brown eyes, last known to be living in the area of 13,000 block of Gilbert Tommy Road in McCullough, wanted for violation of Community Notification Act. Lamundrick Rondrell Cleveland, black male, 37 years of age, 5'11", 180 pounds, black hair, brown eyes, last known to be living in the 9,000 block of Cleveland Road, Northport, wanted for robbery, 3rd degree. If you have any information on these or others wanted by the Tuscaloosa County Sheriff's Office, please contact us at 464-8672 or on our website at www.tcsoal.org. You can like us on Facebook or follow us on Twitter. Working together, we will continue to make Tuscaloosa County a safer place to live. Thank you.
One Tuscaloosa woman is not letting a disability stop her from changing the lives of others through words. WVUA's Victoria Sheehan joins us now, and I understand you spoke with the woman, and she has a very interesting story about overcoming adversity. Victoria?
Absolutely. I had the opportunity to talk with Cynthia White, who on September 9th, 1976, had a car wreck that left her a paraplegic. But Cynthia's story is about more than just being confined to a wheelchair. It's about remembering optimism and being grateful for even the simplest of gifts.
See, that's me in the middle, that's me in the white, and that's me.
Cynthia White was 28 when her athletic lifestyle of travel and beauty pageants changed on a mountain road in Snowmass, Colorado.
Definitely denial. I did not like wheeling by, the glass front buildings. I didn't like seeing myself in a mirror. I was a model before and a beauty pageant contestant winner, and so much emphasis is on the physical, what you look like. So I didn't like seeing myself, not good posture, in a wheelchair.
Cynthia's future would be based on an acceptance that her new life would be spent from a different point of view.
And I heard the Lord say, don't despise your wheelchair, because see it as your chariot. I'm going to take you places you've never been. And of course I thought it meant geographically, but it was an emotional journey for me.
An emotional journey that would test who Cynthia was meant to be, wheelchair or no wheelchair.
You can slap sympathy on Cynthia, but it doesn't stick. To watch my mother, my parents, that was harder than watching her, because she's going like, okay, plan B, and just, moved right into it.
And while her mobility has been taken, she's been given an even better gift.
I didn't laugh out loud until my divorce. And within the next year, one day I laughed out loud. And it's been so much fun because my sister has a great laugh. Her family, all of them have a great laugh. And I always wanted to have a laugh out loud, an LOL. And so now I do.
She lost her audible laugh. And then after she pulled together again, I heard her audible laugh again. She literally got the gift of laughter, out loud laughter back. It was an LOL revival. And so we haven't stopped.
The second edition of her first book, Views from My Chariot, and her second book, How to Be the Best You, will both be available in mid-April. If you would like to buy one of her books, visit her website at www.conversationswithcynthia.com. Tamika.
Welcome back. It's been 10 years since the Iraq War began, and more than 1 million military members and civilians served during the war. WVUA reporter Marilyn Vaughn sat down with some West Alabama veterans and shares with us their stories about their service in Iraq.
You don't have to look too far to find Iraq war veterans in the community.
I was wounded in action twice within 5 weeks, but I've remained in country and never came back to the United States. I felt that I wasn't missing any of my limbs, and I wasn't shot or I wasn't burned. Therefore, I didn't have an excuse to leave.
Soldiers say it's an adjustment returning home from war.
I was paranoid when I got back, just because it was everything becomes a habit over there. You have a certain way of doing things. You have a certain way of walking, talking. Acronyms become a second language. Being hypersensitive to certain things definitely becomes part of your life.
Sergeant Thomas says organizations such as Veterans Affairs have helped him adjust.
Well, some veterans come home from war and they have obviously visible wounds. They might be missing arms, legs. Other veterans come back with what we call invisible wounds of war. Might be experiencing PTSD, depression, anxiety, things not quite as noticeable sometimes.
Stevenson says these soldiers have the strength and courage to come forward if they need help. Reporting in Tuscaloosa, Marilyn Vaughn, WVUA News.
If you or someone you know is having trouble adjusting to life after war, they're encouraged to contact the Tuscaloosa VA at 2000. Well, the Senate has passed a compromise bill that would fund the government through the end of September. That bill would avoid a partial federal shutdown as well as soften the blow of sweeping spending cuts. Lawmakers have until March 27 to approve a spending plan. The Senate measure now heads to the House.